I need a business. All right, my name's Brian Lape, and welcome back to 5 Minutes That'll Change Your Life with Brian on this couch, or whatever I end up calling this. But these are keys to your success. So, you've decided, oh, I want to start a business, but what? Well, typically, there are two types of businesses, whether they're online or offline. It doesn't make any difference. One is a standalone business, Joe's Donuts or Joe's Garage or whatever. The other is some sort of franchise-oriented thing, right? Joe owns a local McDonald's or Subway or what have you, Burger King, Jiffy Lube, doesn't matter. Now, there's also a slight variation on the idea of a franchise. Many of your MLMs like Amway, Melaleuca, those types of things are based on the idea of a franchise because of various reasons. We'll get that in a moment. And then you can still be a standalone store, right? You can still have a online version of a brick and mortar store that's Joe's photography studio or what have you. And many people do that, especially those that are self-employed and their product is their services, whether it's typesetting, whether it's printing, photography, whatever. So those sole proprietorships type things. And that's basically it. And you can be a sole version and maybe what you're doing is investing advice, it doesn't matter. But that's really it. You really have two flavors. Either you're by yourself or you're hooked into some kind of system, okay? And if that's a full-on franchise like McDonald's or what have you. So when you're by yourself, you're literally all by yourself, right? You can get some guidance, and this is how franchises get started, right? Joe Walton started his Walmart. That was just one store. The Kroc brothers started McDonald's. I mean, Ray Kroc's McDonald brothers started McDonald's, and Ray Kroc saw some potential. They had a few stores when he bought that idea. So if your idea is to start a new franchise eventually, well, you got to start with one store unless you've got a lot of money. So what is so appealing about franchises? Number one is that you can get plugged into a system that shows that it works. If someone said, if you had $1.5 million to invest in McDonald's and you finally waited your time in line and they say, right here on this map, this is where we want you to be because our market research shows we need a McDonald's right there. You'd be all over it. And the thing about franchises is it brings a lot of weight behind it. It's a recognized brand. Now because of that, you can't open a McDonald's and have all your own menu, right? You can't have lobster and shrimp and all kinds of other crazy stuff. People go into McDonald's, they expect certain things to be on the menu. There may be a handful of items that are approved by corporate that you can say yes or no to based on sales, but everything else, Big Macs, quarter pounder cheeseburgers, French fries, milkshakes, apple pie, all has to be there. So the idea of like an MLM type thing is you get that recognized brand, but you can still brand it yourself. And there's other things, there's also direct sales and things of that nature that have this franchise feel in that you have a system. Things like ProU are like this, where it's direct sales oriented, but you have a system, you have training, you have leadership that will help you. Now you're still in business by yourself, for yourself, but not completely by yourself, and you still brand yourself, okay? And you still have a product that gets recognized and people can look up those products. They're not yours. You don't have to come up with the products and the business. You basically come up with your business, you come up with your story, you have your why, and you have your marketing. And the products behind you is the system behind you that supports that. And that is very powerful because you don't have to create all of that yourself. You really have to say, who am I and why am I in business? Why do I want to be in business? What are my goals? That's for you to decide. And you plug in to a system and you move forward in that system. You let the system teach you. You let the system show you the next step. The system gets you on that path because it's a well-worn path. It's not you in the wilderness. You're following a set-aside path to a goal. And that is the power of Pro You, and that is the power of having a system behind you. So let's get plugged into that system today. Thank you. I got 4 seconds. See you next time. Cheers.